Oh yeah, what was I gonna? I was gonna like download some like mad clips. Hang on, yeah. Well, we can do that while we wait for Yair. Hang on. I mean, yeah, talk amongst yourselves. I'll
I'm
chip
excited
in.
about mad clips now.
Mad clip. Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about the clips. The great rap duo
that we always have.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll just be the milk speech. Nah, come on, as if I don't already have multiple copies of that saved on my computer.
No, you store them in such high quality that you have to like download them, use them, and then delete them to free up space for something else every time.
Yeah.
They're in like super FLAC mode.
Hello.
Oh, hey
Hi.
man.
Oh yeah.
And on Yair, this is Lilah, Leech Waifu on Twitter. You may have been mutuals back in your Twitter days, I'm not sure.
Possibly.
I don't know.
It depends. I don't know people by username very often.
Yeah, Yair, don't spoil what I tipped my hand a bit about what the shit I had lined up today to Yair. I don't want him to tell the other guys. But, yeah, you keep it stum.
Nothing I look forward to more in life
Right
than
on.
a surprise from Jack.
I'm excited.
Well, thank you, Lilah. I'm glad that the thought of a surprise for me elicits a positive response from someone.
I'm here to bring good.
Someone that's not been on the podcast
proceeding.
before. That's pretty key, I think.
Yeah, but she's heard it, so that gives me I know that it comes from someone who knows what they're getting into.
It's true. You do leave a lot of your bullshit in the final edit, and that's admirable in a way.
The final edit is designed to keep as much of my bullshit in as possible.
Just has to pass legal muster.
So, I've got some mad clips. So I've now downloaded 3 of them. I've got another one. I think that should probably do us. So, what's the thing where you share screen? I always forget where the share screen thing is, but don't worry, I think I found it.
I'm worried, Jack.
I'm excited.
This is good stuff. Alright, so first off, I'll introduce the show. Hi everyone, and welcome to Real Politik, Israel's most popular satire show. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts, Geraint, it's an Israeli name, and Yair. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Not at all Israeli.
No, it's just
that's
our
Welsh
Gentile host. He's an evangelical American Christian.
So even more Zionist.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a special guest today who, those in our sort of Twitter circles, in the loosest term, obviously, circles do not exist anymore unless you just have a really big thread. It's just an endless scroll of you just ripping on people like I have. So yeah, that's a little trick. You can bypass Elon's latest fascist anti-free speech measures there. But yeah, we're joined by our friend from Twitter, Lilah, who is at Leech Waifu on Twitter, a legendary account. We are very glad to have the person behind the account with us here today.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm here to represent the non-Zionist Kanye West apology tour.
Yeah, he's been working on a new album in Saudi Arabia, apparently. So, it's a different US client state to Israel. He's not quite gone out to, take advantage of Tel Aviv's luscious recording studio facilities to prove how not anti-Semitic he is. Have you heard the new Kanye song, Vultures?
I haven't actually.
From his forthcoming collaborative album with Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah, it's got this line. I'm not going to play any Kanye on the show because it gets you done for copyright violation, although I don't think he has a label at the moment, so it might be less stringent on the new stuff. But it's how I'm anti-Semitic, I just fucked a Jewish bitch.
Amazing lyrical genius.
That's good. Yeah, I wonder which 17-year-old rapper wrote that for him. It was yo Kanye, what if you, some guy with no experience of the world or anything, who this 45-year-old man has doing all the fucking heavy lifting for him. He's come on. It's what if Kanye, what if you say you fucked a Jewish bitch? That will reassure them that you're not anti-Semitic, because who would do? And he's Yeah.
Flawless.
I think just rhyming Semitic with bitch is amazing. Like,
Yeah, some didn't sound very good to me. Anyway, that's like this week's Kanye watch becoming a
yeah,
regular
I'm here
feature
to
on the
apologise
show.
for his politics, not his music.
Okay, flipping the script on my usual agenda. Right, so yeah, Lilah mentioned being a first-time caller, long-time listener. The other way around, I believe, is the idiom. The axiom, I think, is actually not the idiom. Fuck's sake, you fucked that up. So anyway, yeah, we have another caller into the show, so I'm just going to open up a clip on my computer on which I've misspelled Israeli.
It's not a real country, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, sorry, it should be spelled Palestine. Sorry if I misspelled that as well. Okay, yeah, I got this clip. So, gotta get the share computer sound on, because this one doesn't have any video component, unfortunately. So, okay, this is what I got for you.
Promising.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was doing
Look,
a bit.
he's got a 70-minute episode of the podcast ready to play to us. That's
We're just gonna
meta,
sit
but
here
not in a particularly interesting way for those of us that were on the fucking episode.
Oh, that's good stuff, man. That's the last hour of material with Stefan. That's got you like libeling a fucking member of the beautiful South and like all sorts of shit.
Oh yeah, play that!
It's a bit long, but okay. So yeah, this we've got a first time, another first time call, another long time listener, first time caller that I got to eventually hear.
I love that saying just short circuits your brain entirely.
Yeah, it just fucking kills me. Okay, but let's hear what our friend has to say.
How are you? You fucker. You Nazi. Owen Jones. You are a big liar. And fuck, motherfucker.
He sounds like the Iron
Learn
Sheik.
history before you said something. Learn history. Don't talk what you don't understand. You piece
Quoting
of
Bob Dylan.
shit. Show
Tons
me
of Argentine.
Palestine. Show me everything. Show me. Learn history. Learn history, you small homo motherfucker. Little Nazi. Little homo Nazi. Learn history. Learn
Gets very
history.
homophobic at
If
this
they
point.
call
I should've-
Palestinian, they are not Indians. They are not owning the land. Learn history. They
are not
come
Indians.
from
Very good.
Arabia. They come from all over the Middle East. They are not on the land. Learn
Why
history,
is he so
you
out of
stupid,
breath? Is he, like, cranking it?
little man.
He's just
Walk
murdering a
in the
Palestinian while he says this.
British, because
my God.
Britain already lost the war. You're going to be next on Hamas. Don't worry. I want to see you
This bit's good.
go with your friend in Gaza or in every Middle East country if they don't fuck you and kill you and throw you from the roof.
So you got that. Hamas are not only deeply homophobic, they are also gay. Like they're gonna fuck Owen Jones
Yes.
and then kill him.
I thought he
They'll
was
fuck
going to
him.
go
history.
a minute 40 without using the throwing off roofs line that they all love so much.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You could. No,
But you
it's
got
not
it right
gonna
in at
happen.
the end. That's the last
no
word.
mentions of ISIS at all.
These
I'm
people are like
low-key-
catchphrase machines, man. Sorry.
No, I am low-key very into the insult of you small homo, though.
You small. Yeah. I think
Honestly.
it's just
You
like the broken
Nazi
English thing. If
homo.
it was little, it would sound more like normal homophobic abuse, but it's just this small homo.
Honestly, there's a really famous Iron Sheik rant that has huge vibes of. I will send you the link afterwards and you can mash them up in the episode because
I bet the Iron Sheik would be on Team Palestine, though, right?
The
I would
Owen
imagine
Sheik.
so.
Yeah, the Owen Sheik.
Owen Jones wrestling pivot.
I mean, famously his position was Iran #1, America. So
Yeah.
you know, certain
That's
things
based.
follow from that.
That's fucking based, man. Gotta get into more wrestling. Do you listen to that hip hop song I sent you, Ric Flair, the other day? What was it, like Killer
did.
Mike and Big Boy
Yeah.
or something? Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, just like huge strings of his promos just used as intros for it and stuff.
Yeah, man, it's good. It was like he was doing a rap feature on the track.
It worked surprisingly well, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I just saw that video on Owen Jones's timeline because he was obviously kind of like amused as well as obviously kind of
Yeah.
horrified by it. So he posted the full thing, and I thought the spluttering, unintelligible, inarticulate rage of this guy was hilarious, and I say that as a host of the Real Politik podcast.
Yeah, so hang on, what was the context of the, like, how did he get Owen's number? Like, what?
No,
Like,
I don't know,
Where
he
did
just
this
seemed to be, like,
message come from?
Does he do you get to send voice messages to people on Twitter if you pay Elon money? Is that it?
Oh, maybe. I feel like that was the thing that he said he was gonna do, right? He was gonna bring in phone calls, but
I
who
think
knows?
basically if you
It's going to be the everything app, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for
Trust him
nothing.
with your bank info.
if you do like 100 anti-Owen Jones tweets, which is like a weekend's worth if you're on the right, like
Yeah.
someone DMs you his phone number, like good work, get going.
Just amazing clip though, and it's just a sample of like the wild cultural thinking in Israel. So people try and tell you that there's just this hatred in the Palestinian people, like, oh yeah, Israel kill more people, but the Palestinians, they like feel good about it when they kill people. Then you switch to like Israeli official national communications, and it's just like, we will kill the barbarians, we will grind their bones into fucking dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, Netanyahu was quoting like Amalek from the Bible, right? Which is straight up like, we're gonna do a genocide and it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm recording my own side again. Although we're gonna probably on the main episode switch back to the poorer quality recording so I can get our live responses to the next hilarious clips that I play. Ha ha ha! Back in business.
Of course, an existential crisis in Jack because he's just unplugged the wrong stuff. It's amazing.
No, technology just kills me, man. I just don't understand it at all, and I rely on it so much, and it just always just finds ways
I was
to
saying,
crush
we're
me.
boomers, Jack, right?
Well, why do you think we do so many Bob Dylan episodes?
Yeah.
So, okay, I got fucking yeah, I got the stuff here. Inshallah. Right, so like when I want reliable news on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, if I want to get my pro-Hamas news, obviously I go to the British Broadcasting Corporation, the top people for more like the Hamas Broadcasting Association. That's what I say. I pitched that to the Israeli stand-up show, and they said that actually that's too funny. The Israeli satire show, I mean.
You know, Lee Kern visited them the other day. He's going to end up writing for them.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that's
no.
fantastic. I still want to know what. Maybe we can address it later. I want to know what that beef was with him and Sacha Baron Cohen that he like alluded to in a bitchy tweet just before.
oh yeah.
I don't know. I think he might just have been sulking because Sacha Baron Cohen gets all the credit for it, and he's making
Yeah.
a general
For
sort
doing
of.
all
there's
the funny
lots,
stuff.
Lots of hard-working people on these films. And it's like
Yeah,
there's
well,
9
I-
writers on it, and even though some of them have done some good stuff, it ended up like that.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of these workers, they just bitch and complain, and like the bosses are like the real visionaries, and they've earned their money. And... Anyway, so we've got when I want as an anarcho-capitalist, when I want my Hamas news, I go to the BBC, and that is what this hilarious Israeli sketch is depicting. Let's have a look.
God.
This is
Oh, God.
the leader of Hamas, Yahya Sinwar. This is him. This is the real guy. This is the real him. They've actually got BBC in quotation marks, sorry, on YouTube, so just in case anyone thought it was the real BBC. By the way, the top YouTube comment under this clip is as follows. When you try to make a funny skit, but you accidentally make a documentary. This is literally how BBC has been reporting these past few weeks. Absolutely disgusting. Somebody says, It's nice to see the Israelis keeping up their humour during this horrible time. Another comment, we Indians always stand with our friend Israel. The second to last comment I read there, it's nice to see Israel keeping their sense of humour at this time. Under this show's other BBC sketch, a different account has posted literally the same comment word for word. The top comment on this one is, seriously, as a Brit, I can only apologise to Israel for the national broadcaster's bias on this. It's a disgrace. And just another comment from NW London Metaler 3427. From a British point of view, this is a brilliant comedy. ... I love it. I have to say it is true. BBC are biased and spot on with the mockery of the BBC. So, let you hear the sketch now, make up your own minds. See if you too want to leave a comment under one of these videos saying, I love that Israelis are keeping up their sense of humour in this horrific time.
See if they did this like the real Rod Hull bit from like Ancient Lee and Harry, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Good evening from London. 39 days
God.
after Hamas freedom fighters peacefully attacked Israel.
So already the accent is fucking shit.
The accent is amazing. Like, what? Like, she's not even trying.
It's like, well, I don't even fucking know what the film was. There was just that clip of Gal Gadot where she was just like, oh, I love champagne or something in some historical drama, or like Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Yeah,
50th film adaptation of it or something. Anyway, so yeah, after Hamas peacefully attacked Israel, etc.
We have now an exclusive interview with its leader, Yahya Sinwar.
He's just living it up there.
Good evening, Rachel. Let me just correct you.
So he's just got, what's he got, a plate of like those delicious middle baklava
Throne.
Yeah, he's like sitting in a throne. He's got like he's drinking tea, I think, rather than actually champagne, because there was, remember the great Israeli propaganda pictures of all of the leadership of Hamas on a plane, like living it up and drinking champagne and stuff.
Yeah, a famously Muslim activity, drinking champagne.
Yeah, on their private jet. Yeah, they've gone with realism in this sketch, so he's just drinking like.
So they've given
tea.
this guy like a gold throne in a cave or in
Yeah.
in a tunnel, I guess, sort of underground.
It's like the
bunker.
Saddam setup, right? Like.
Look, and he's using a fucking laptop. Like, kids these days, they complain about capitalism, they complain about Israeli occupation, but they're just
On their
there with their
iPhones.
laptops and iPhones. Yeah, exactly. Right, so let's see what he's got to say, the leader of Hamas. If I can fucking get it playing again.
There were also freedom rapists and freedom
rape.
butchers.
Of course, I apologize. Mr. Sinwar, I understand that you are now working towards a ceasefire.
Yes, Rachel, you know me. Wherever there is fire,
They
I
know
will
each
tell
other.
it.
They're BBC. They're close personal friends with Hamas. The senior
Yeah.
Fiona Bruce and Emily Maitlis. She left for BBC to spend more time with Hamas.
They get Hamas on Question Time almost every week these days. It's
Yeah, they've
terrible.
always got to represent.
I have
Terrible.
also, like, I've just remembered that this is not a visual medium, but like, the way that she
What?
looks, people listening to this cannot see how the woman looks, but she does not look like any kind of BBC presenter. Like, why has she got like a really shiny sort of salmon dress and a bad wig on? Like, they've genuinely not
The
even
wig is so
tried.
bad.
It's amazing.
She looks kind of like Super Tansky, I think.
She
No.
does kind of look a little bit like that.
I mean, I don't know what shit Super Tansky wears, but the haircut is reminding me of that.
And
So
the
that-
vibe.
Yeah, the vibe, the general vibe. The sympathy for Hamas. No. I don't know what Super Tansky's take on the whole Israeli-Palestinian situation.
I
is.
heard she's just like not commented on it at all for like
Yeah.
7 weeks or whatever. Just
Probably
not made any
wise.
mention.
Probably wise.
No, but get the Tories out, right? Yeah, that's real politics. Concrete facts. We have certified that anyway. So yeah, let's see
This
more.
is it.
Let's cease it.
All we are saying is give ceasefire a
The
chance.
fire must be seized.
I feel like they should have just done give cease a chance. People would have got it. Like, it doesn't need to be. You don't need to mess up the. It's like, is it funnier to mess up the scansion?
This
or
is
to-
not This is not a show that
have
has
bad grammar.
much respect for its audience. I don't think.
Well, here's the
Do
thing.
people
So
watch this? Like, is
yeah,
this
this is-
popular in Israel?
I
this
don't
is
know.
Israel's most renowned satire show. What's it called? Yair, did you get the name of the show when I talked to you about it?
No.
It's called like Eretz.
I did not take it in.
Eretz something.
It's like Israeli Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
but,
as
like,
shit as that sounds.
Generally, a lot of their English language
It's almost as
content
bad
is
as Saturday
very
Night Live as
Western
well.
facing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, that's a good point, Yair, because we are only really getting to see the stuff that they are putting out there to the entire world. So this is like the shit that they want people in like America and Britain to see. Just like a handful of sketches. Like I've counted 4. There's one about Greta Thunberg as well that I could only find in really shit quality. But I mean, we could maybe talk about
Really
that.
shit video quality, he means.
Well, no, the quality
Amazing.
of comedy is impeccable, yeah. But yeah, so let's watch a bit more of his BBC one, or listen to it a bit for the listeners at
Yeah,
home.
the situation in Gaza is terrible, Rachel. All innocent civilians are running out of town, so we are left without protection.
With no human shield at all.
What's that fucking accent? He suddenly decided to
Amazing
start doing a
accent.
terrible
Oh my
impression of the
God.
Queen.
Fucking
Like
shit.
2 minutes in.
But I was gonna say before I put it back on, like, this is the stuff that they put out to the world. Who knows what the fuck the stuff for the Israeli audience is like? How mental?
Well, they're
most
saying
of
nuke
that
'em all, aren't they?
That's the new song, isn't it? That's like a
Is
song.
it? I was referencing that remark by, was it the defense minister or somebody? I don't know.
I saw that Owen Jones, small Owen Jones, did a video where he was talking about this like genocidal song that has become like a viral hit in Israel. I don't know if it's like
Oh, I'm sure.
it's on this show, but it will be something about it on Mr. Jones's YouTube channel. Still got his Tory conference video pinned. Should be an anti-Starmer video. Annihilate everyone. Israeli TV promotes genocidal song. Oh, it's sung by kids as well. Brilliant. This is like
Oh, that's
the,
nice.
the fucking
Oh,
Lamb
I
and
heard
Lynx
that, yes.
of Israel. You know, you remember Lamb and Lynx? Like, well, of course we did a Louis Theroux
Yeah.
episode quite recently.
Yeah.
Fuck off, YouTube
I think they got
Premium.
better. I think they like
They-
escaped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got deprogrammed, or deprogrammed
Yeah.
themselves, or...
Yeah.
I'll just read some of the lyrics as they play on screen. Maybe we can put some music in the background. We are the children of victory generation. Autumn night falls over the beach of Gaza. Planes are bombing destruction. Look, the IDF is crossing the line to annihilate the swastika bearers. Because, you know, like
my God.
the Palestinian children, they have copies of Mein Kampf in their children's living rooms. That's the kind of luxury that people in Gaza are living in. They have the children have their own living rooms. It's outrageous. To annihilate the swastika bearers, blah blah blah. In another year, the footage is just like them committing war crimes, bombing people while these children sing. In another year, there will be nothing here, and we will
Right.
return to our homes safely. Within a
Right.
year, it's so grim. We will annihilate everyone, and then we will return to plough our fields, and we will remember everyone, the pretty and the pure. That's so
horrific.
gross. And
That's
we'll stick a
horrific.
cattle prod up their arse and extract their sperm. We will never let our hearts forget a friendship like that. Love sanctified with blood. My God, that's the most fascist thing I've ever heard. You will return and bloom among us.
Oh my god.
Well, have you seen the sperm extraction video?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
No,
I was
don't
going to
want
ask
to
you
see the
same.
sperm extraction video.
Is this the one
We
with
have
Jordan
now
Peterson
run
in
out
it or
of
whatever?
words. Thank fucking God that our soul still cries out. Our soul not only sings, it kills as well. Today our soul also fights. Like, literally, basically what I was saying.
If I was putting out a song like that, I would not have so many
Absolutely
lyrics in it
disagree.
that read out sound like assholes.
The people of Forever Evermore. They love the Foo Fighters. No, that's Everlong, sorry. We won't be silent. We will show the world how today we destroy our enemy. And we will remember everyone, the pretty and the pure, this shit again.
That's the worst line.
Yeah, we'll never let our hearts, because it's just like, oh, we've got our beautiful Israeli women and these savages want to ravage them. We'll never let our hearts forget a friendship. Like, love sanctified with blood, again, great line.
Equally very bad.
Terrifying. You will return and bloom among us.
Are we the baddies?
It's like World War I era propaganda.
The friendship song, the 2023, that's called apparently.
Friendship
Holy
song.
shit.
Well, that's
I
a
just
good
gotta-
punchline at least.
What the fuck does the music sound like? I gotta hear that for myself.
Yeah, is it a banger?
Okay, so I expected it would be like that fight song thing that Hillary Clinton used, some kind of like Imagine Dragons light radio rock, but it's actually like a really menacing, klezmatic sort of, traditional Jewish folk melody, but with like really gnarly electric guitars and these kids singing in a terrifying way. Not what I expected, but again, not something I'd have on regular rotation in the whip. As if I have a car, come on. But like that.
They should enter this when they do Eurovision next.
Yeah, but it's got
Do
like
you think
really...
that would stop the briefcases from supporting them? No.
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 Yeah, they should go out there.
Would make them more enthusiastic.
Yeah, hey, this time they should show how much they support Israel in Eurovision by fucking enlisting. Let's see them do that.
Don't joke about that. Some fucker will.
Let's see how Butterworth fares at guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, no.
Just been
stop.
shot at
Come
for the
back.
very first time.
Alright, so yeah, back to the Hamas interview.
So
Oh, no.
unfair.
So unfair. In our hospitals, Rachel, our schools all run out of rockets.
Oh.
How
They run out
are we
of-
supposed to kill Jews like this?
We've had like human shields and rockets so far. We're like ticking all the boxes.
All the hits.
Yep.
With lectures?
Actually, we've tried that one. Didn't work.
I plead to the world. We need a ceasefire. We are tired. We need a break. Don't forget, we started a day earlier than the Israeli.
They started it. It was an unprovoked attack.
Yep. Nothing happened at all before October 7th.
That was the start of history. You've heard of the end of history.
Yeah, so unfair.
So
But I
unfair.
understand the Zionists refused to put down the weapons.
Yes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? All we want is a little time to rearm before we continue to kill them, and they won't let us.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sinoir. I can't hear you. All this noise in the background.
This is the most
Yeah,
disgusting
I'm sorry,
part.
Rachel. There is a baby here.
Could you please get him to be quiet?
They're going
Yeah,
for the
I wish I
macabre
could.
laughs.
He's
here.
not mine, and his mother is in Israel. Never mind.
Okay,
It's a
look, it's really
hostage, get it?
hard to conduct an interview with this noisy kidnapped baby. Is he always like that?
The crying baby
At
doesn't
night, it's
stop
even
the Matt
worse,
Ford vibes
Rachel.
to this
Every
bullshit.
time we fire a rocket,
Yeah.
he wakes up.
Oh, no.
Did you hear that? Every time we fire a rocket, he wakes up. Whereas the much heavier artillery that is actually directly hitting Palestine, no, he's just breezing through that stuff.
Yeah, well, the babies don't wake up after that hits.
Yeah, that's a very good point, yes.
Didn't have one good night sleep in a month.
Wait, are you telling me that there is an Israeli baby that's torturing you by sleep deprivation?
You see,
What?
the BBC...
Great line delivery, nailed it, brilliant.
The BBC there will just provide these sympathetic framings for the Palestinians. They will just hand them the question, you know. That's how the BBC do it.
Who is this for? I genuinely, is it for, is it meant to be for us? Is that what it
Yeah.
is in
It's
English?
for, basically fucking Philo-Semite journalists in America and Britain, and
That's
Yeah.
it.
the weird people that pop up in your mention. You like, I would like a ceasefire, and someone pops up in your mentions like, yes, you want Jewish people to be raped and killed. These people,
Yeah.
that's who this is aimed at internationally, you know.
Yeah, they
Very
dropped the
bizarre.
rape pretty early in this, by the way, didn't they? They were like straight
Yeah.
in there with the rape thing.
Mhm.
They love
Awful.
that at the moment, the rhetorical line about that.
Barbaric hordes, yeah.
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 Yes.
Occupying your house.
Because occupation's not real.
Unfair, so unfair. And the world does absolutely nothing about it. I really hope you'll get a ceasefire soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinwar.
No. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, Hamas is so
Please
grateful
stay
to
with
the
us
BBC.
for a moment of history.
This bit's great.
On this day in 1944, heartless Winston Churchill refused a ceasefire and continued the genocide.
Take it back. This
They
is the
keep spelling
grossest part.
ceasefire wrong
Yeah,
in the
this is mad.
subtitles.
What were you saying? Sorry, what was that, Garai?
They keep spelling ceasefire wrong in the subtitles. At least 3
Bastards.
times now.
That is easily the most egregious thing about this
Yeah.
video.
Until I noticed that, I was fully on board with it. But now,
Yeah. I will say, the cunt doing the voiceover in this bit has the accent down better than
Yeah,
that
why
woman.
couldn't they get him to be the
What?
BBC presenter?
Oh yeah, I was also wondering, what about the actor playing the Hamas guy? Do you reckon he, like, is a regular in the show and he just plays, like, terrorist number 5 every week or whatever? Evil Muslim.
It's
Bin
like
Laden.
that, like 3 Arab Israeli guys that get out for all the TikToks. They love to do the diversity casting.
Yeah.
I mean, it could even be a Middle Eastern Jewish man. Like, there is a lot of white supremacy involved in the conflict inherently, but also the average Israeli and the average Palestinian kind of look pretty much identical.
Yeah.
From a Western lens. If they didn't have the arbitrary distinction of no, there's no such thing as a Jewish Arab, that's a Mizrahi Jew, it would be not really much of a difference. Obviously, there are some very white Jews, but there are some also, it's a very white Israeli, I should say. There are also some very white Palestinians.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, like, Palestinians with red hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so let's watch the rest of this, like,
sort of a tangent.
this
but yeah,
disgusting bit of,
crazy-
like, Holocaust
crazy
minimization.
video.
The genocidal attack
On
on
this
Nazi
day
Germany.
in 1944, heartless Winston Churchill refused a ceasefire and continued the genocidal attack on Nazi Germany. As we well know now, far more German civilians have died in the war, which makes them the victims and Britain the war criminal.
Okay, but like, that's true, right? Because Dresden was a war crime. Like, we agreed
100%.
that after the fact. We were like, we're not gonna do that again. That was awful. They fucking
Yeah.
wrote Slaughterhouse 5
Yeah.
about how evil we were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There's a,
Taking the worst part of the most justifiable war and saying, yeah, this is awesome, this is great, but like the least justifiable bit of it, you know?
Yeah.
like,
No.
Yeah, who's
ridiculous.
Who's saying that because the bombing of Dresden was a war crime that we shouldn't have liberated the concentration camps? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
there
Yeah.
wasn't a great military utility to the bombing of Dresden. It probably didn't sway the war overall in the long term as much as it did demoralize.
Well, like,
the
we
German
could even
people.
go wider and discuss strategic bombing, and people have said strategic bombing in general was not a very effective strategy. And the best thing that can be said about it is that technologically it's possibly the best thing that they could have done in terms of bombing. Like, they didn't have guided munitions back then. So, I don't know. It was not super effective in general, and it was an absolute atrocity. I mean, like the firebombing of Tokyo as well, and
Yeah.
and
awful.
Hiroshima and all that as well.
Absolutely. Well, you've reminded me of, like, that there was, like, a lot of talk. Like, one of my nemeses at the moment is Mike Katz, the head of the Jewish labor movement, because I
I
think
don't think I know
yeah.
this character.
I think you have to be really
Because you're an anti-Semite, right? Jack?
that exactly. That's why. Yeah, it is bad, isn't it? You have to be like, oh, I dislike this organization called the Jewish Labor Movement. It does put a certain spin on it, and it's like, you know, that's what I find so fucked up about the organization. That the guy, I think it's really irresponsible to be the head of something called the Jewish Labor Movement and to use that position to give cover to a fucking genocide that British Jews are not perpetrating. You know what
They
I mean?
also don't exactly
Yeah.
do any like fucking workplace organizing, do they? Like what? There's nothing labor related to their
Yeah.
movement.
I think Unison actually affiliated with them the other day, which is like, oh wow,
Oh,
great
great.
timing.
Yeah, great.
Like John Landsman joined them. You're talking about like targeted bombing and stuff. And there was that thing where like at the music festival, it's become likely that at least, you know, probably a small percentage, but part of the death toll was, and this has been reported in like Haaretz and maybe even like the Times of Jerusalem, which I believe is more right wing, but that an IDF helicopter like shot a load of Israelis when they're in their initial response to the October the 7th attack, and it's because they're not very good at not killing civilians while they do the military actions. They never really thought about that.
Killed a bunch of the hostages. Yeah.
They're just kind of used to there being an enormous amount of collateral damage to everyone they do, because usually it's not in areas containing Israeli civilians. Fools, man.
Oh, my cat's back. She's
My
here
cat.
to chew on wires.
Speaking of cats,
Just an interesting.
Okay.
Go on.
Can you keep a mental bookmark of that, because I'm gonna forget this
Sure.
thing. But I just mentioned Mike Katz, the head of the Jewish Labour Movement, and when the Electronic Intifada reported that thing about the Israeli helicopter shooting Israelis using mostly Israeli journalistic sources, Mike Katz was the first to share this. Like, this is just unhinged conspiracy theorism, tantamount to Holocaust denial. The Electronic Intifada is just racist hate, not journalism. And then literally the next day, like, Haaretz reported it, and he shared some like other Zionist guy, I think Marlon Solomon, tweeting about it like, yeah, very concerning, thought this happened. This is just like gone from one day to like, this is fucking Holocaust denial, to like, oh yeah, shit happens, man. It's like the hospital again. It's like, we would never blow up a hospital, but we're gonna do one tomorrow, and we're gonna do one the day after that.
They also, a lot of people seem to have memory hold this, but there was actually like video testimony from one of the girls who survived the music festival thing, where she was like, yeah, helicopters just opened fire on us. And it's
Absolutely. Like
obviously.
Yeah, people were speculating about this since like the very start, and then it's been widely confirmed now, including by an investigation by the Israeli police. I mean, admittedly, not generally the kind of source that I trust, but nonetheless.
If even they're saying it, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What would their anti-Israeli agenda be exactly? So let's watch another clip.
Before we move on to another clip.
Fuck, sorry, yes.
It's all right. I just wanted to make another note on that World War II analogy that they wanted to make, which is that even if you took it completely at its face, which is ridiculous for a lot of reasons, you look at the actual numbers, and Israel has killed something like 100-to-1 ratio of civilians to militants in their campaign, whereas the British bombing campaign against Germany British American, I guess, killed about 500,000, 600,000 civilians throughout the war. Yeah. And they killed like 5 million German soldiers. So that's completely the opposite ratio. So even the most unforgivable crime against humanity part, and they still killed way, way fewer civilians than the Israeli army has been killing.
Yeah, man.
Completely absurd.
I got some figures here from Stats for Lefties earlier. Source Euro-Mediterranean Human Rights Monitor and United Nations. Palestine has lost 15,707 civilians, which is 95% of those killed in the conflict. Israel has lost 859 because, yes, whilst 1,200 Israelis were killed on October the 7th, a number of them were in the IDF. Children killed, Palestine 7,208, 99.6% of the children killed in the conflict. Israel 31, 0.4%.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just unfathomable, isn't it? Like, yeah. I don't want to be too much of a downer, but like, that's a lot of dead kids.
It's very, very grim, isn't it?
Bombing hospitals is a daily occurrence now.
Yeah, absolutely.
At first they were pretty shy about it, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a little demure about their
it's Islamic Jihad.
propensity for bombing hospitals, but they're full on into that now. You mentioned, while we're just on like the World War II comparisons, like that fascist cunt Douglas Murray published that article in the Times of Jerusalem, I think, which was like, Palestinians are actually worse than the Nazis, because unlike the Nazis who like felt bad about it, Palestinians actively take pleasure in murder and brutality, and it's like, well, if they do, they do it a fucking lot less than Israel. They've got like a
They're really bad at it.
Yeah, they've got
They
really
so
good
much.
control of their jonesing for violence. Like, I wish I was like that with my habits. Not violence. Weed, maybe.
You're
Do you
always
wish
out
that
there
you could bring
murdering.
yourself to kill less Jews, Jack? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm sorry, no, I'll equal it out, kill an equal number of Palestinians. And no, sorry, how many more, so hang on, Israel, right, so say I've killed, like, 859 Jews, then I will have to kill 15,707 Palestinians. Apologies, to compensate, to make things
You gotta
level.
get the ratio right.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
better crack on.
Yeah, because there won't be that much
response.
left. I mean, like the hospital bombing thing, that's like a slow rolled out murder. Once you take out all the hospitals in a place, that means that people can't be treated for serious injuries and illnesses. That means that
All the kidney patients. the babies.
unsanitary conditions will prevail. There'll be mass epidemics, and again, people won't be able to be treated for these illnesses that will spread. Can't emphasize enough that a genocide rarely happens in one fell swoop. It's generally drawn out slightly over a period of time, and if you want to do that, then taking out all the fucking infrastructure, all the schools and hospitals and like everywhere that provides like a kind
Parliament? They blew up
Parliament?
the Parliament.
of
Yeah.
religious buildings as well, like everything that like constitutes a society.
University got blown up there.
Yeah, well, that's because there's
People
so
forget
many
that,
like
like,
gay
depending
students there that just need to be taught a lesson, as we'll see in a minute in another clip. But sorry, yeah.
Depending where you want to count it, it took 5 to 10 years or so to roll out the Holocaust and kill 6 million Jews and then millions of other people. People forget that. They look at what's going on in Gaza and they're like, well, it's only been like a few thousand in the last couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, that's a lot.
We've
There's
not-
a lot. There's and there's only so many millions of people.
Yeah,
there.
and we've not got stats for injuries there. And I saw a quote from a medical professional in Gaza who said that a serious injury is now a life sentence. A death sentence, sorry. The
Yeah.
opposite.
There's also a significant number of people officially missing, almost certainly trapped under rubble.
Yeah.
Which means almost
Yeah,
certainly dead.
yeah.
They don't have anesthetic
definitely.
out there in the hospitals. They've run out of shit like that now.
I think all the babies that were evacuated from Al-Ahli were very seriously infected.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking horrible once you get into the actual situation. It's outrageous. But, thank God we've got rid of Jeremy Corbyn. At least our government's supporting it.
Anti-Semitism solved.
Yeah. That's the main
Yeah.
thing, that we got decency returned to British politics so our government can help make sure that this happens. And the next government that will get in after this one. The oppression of the Palestinians probably isn't going to stop anytime soon. Well, that's depressing. Let's watch some more mad Israeli bullshit then. This is
That'll cheer us right up.
Yeah. Well, we might as well put put at least, what can you do but laugh?
Good evening.
It's
No.
her again.
Bitch again.
Our
Honestly.
favourite. Love her. Super
From
taxi.
London, here are some news
Super taxi.
from the war in Gaza. Israel has bombed a hospital, killing hundreds of innocent people. More.
Ha ha ha.
Much better. With
The
more
BBC
details, our
literally
Middle East-
personally inflating BBC anchors personally inflating the death toll in Gaza.
correspondent Harry Watgilt.
Harry
Oh
White
my
Guild.
God.
Fuck.
Very bold coming from.
It looks a bit like Fred Armisen, one of his wigs that he wears in his sketches. I'm glad, Portlandia, great. The Israeli Portland. Kush got me feeling like the Israeli Portlandia.
Good evening, Rachel. From
Good evening, Rachel. I'm gay, like all other
What
decadent
are they
Western
doing?
supporters of Hamas.
Sounds like someone trying and failing to do my gapes.
I'm Owen Jones, a small man.
colony of Tel Aviv. Israeli officials has denied bombing the hospital, but
What is this
we have
voice?
video footage showing what really happened indeed.
I'm beginning to see why they thought Lee Kern might be a good hire.
I bet
I never
you
thought
wrote
I'd
this
say
shit,
that,
yeah.
but fucking hell.
Harry White guilt. That does sound like one of his jokes. Look, it's a pop culture joke. This is just like Saturday Night
It's
Live.
not absolutely wrong in the subtitle.
Yeah, the most credible not terrorist organization in the world.
Why does it have English subtitles anyway?
Because
They're speaking English.
Yeah, but then, let's be real. These accents are a little bit.
This is aimed at Americans.
Yeah.
You have to remember that.
Yeah, they needed subtitles on like Ken Loach's Sweet 16, which is set in Glasgow.
Trainspotting.
Terrible news. The United States Pentagon says it has evidence Israel
the United
did
States
not
Pentagon.
bomb the hospital.
Oh yeah, of course.
Wait, what?
She's horrified by that because she knows, but that's a very trustworthy source, the Pentagon, on international affairs.
What? Well, I guess it's going to be one of those things we can never be sure about. Like how the Jews knew about 9/11 and did not go to work that day.
That's what we all say.
The BBC report that all the time, don't they? Yeah, that's where that came from.
I might make that into a meme, that expression.
Even my bro Alex
face,
Jones
yeah.
doesn't say stuff like that. Holy shit.
No, they just published recording of
Sorry, I
Hamas
that.
freedom fighters admitting they were the one who fired the missiles by mistake.
إذا تقود يا أولهم أنا أريد تتيل شيلانو على بيت خليم شيل عتسمينو.
يلا بسيدة ولاي هيو شمال.
Jihad Militant number 2. I love
Jihad
it.
Militant number 2.
The kind of rich part on offer to up-and-coming Arab actors in Israel.
This is like,
There's going to
this
be
is
some
better
guy on there
quality.
whose like IMDb page is just that Jihad Militant number 2, ISIS baby raper number 6.
With like 50
This is like
different
actually,
films.
like it's better than the fake recording that the Israelis actually did put together of this incident, though, right? Like,
That's what I was gonna say. This is actually like way more realistic than the actual propaganda. But well, I get it, this is propaganda too, but you know what I mean.
they should have got this team on that or whatever.
A few gays were in the hospital, so it's fine. In
Oh
Israel,
my
we
God.
love gays. Owen Jones, we love him. Great, we love gays.
كما هو مهم. كاخذ باحث.
I just like him, but homo him.
ديل عسل.
You win some, you lose some. Impelling
I guess
dialogue.
we'll never know exactly what happened.
But I mean, that is actually the best satire, even if unintentionally, because it is exactly what Israel's fabricated Hamas leadership calls are like.
Yeah.
لولو زي نحن.
No, we did it. I'm pretty sure that's a direct quote from the video that Israel
Yeah.
put out.
It's just going to stay a mystery.
شو ميستري.
It's not a
يا
mystery.
مجنونين. يا نحن اللي قامر يا نحن.
Only us. Only Hamas is bombing
But
hospitals in
it's
Gaza.
still Israel's fault, indeed.
Of course.
Because the Israeli blockade prevented Hamas from getting proper functioning missiles, and this is why tragic accidents like this happens indeed.
Thank you so much, Harry. Good night, everyone. And remember, Israel is ISIS.
Well,
And again,
I
the
don't
propaganda-
disagree with like.
The propaganda line is literally Hamas.
BBC is based now.
Clip that line
Holy
and just
shit.
add it to our show intro.
By the way, Israel is ISIS. And then cut to Keir Starmer, like, AI Keir Starmer, like, and if you don't like real politic, you are anti-Semitic.
Hi, it's Keir Starmer, and I just want to say that the Real Politik podcast is the greatest podcast in the world. And if you disagree with me on that or anything else, then you are anti-Semitic.
So I think this clip originally aired because I saw like a clip that somebody had filmed off their TV, presumably in Israel, where this sketch in the middle it cut to Greta Thunberg with her awful Jewish anti-Semitic friend with a Jews for
Did
Hamas
she have the
sign.
octopus?
Let me look this up on YouTube quick, and I'll tell you.
Because I feel like if they haven't gone for the octopus, then the octopus thing is fully just British people with brainworms.
Like, how mad could it be?
Have we used the Keir Starmer with the toy octopus as an episode? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We could do this time. Probably best to remind me.
From his tour of Octopus Energy.
I'm looking up this fucking sketch show now. Apparently it's called A Wonderful Country in Hebrew.
Yeah, like Eretz something.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. But, like, I want to see the viewership numbers.
20 seasons. Fucking hell.
Oh my god, that's almost as overexposed as Have I Got News for You.
Yeah.
Almost as unfunny too.
No, it's linking me to on YouTube. I'm finding fucking spitting images Greta Thunberg sketches.
No.
Here we go, I found it. So, they actually, don't seem to have a particular octopus emphasis in this sketch at all. That there is no octopus in sight. This has been considered too mad, even for deranged pro-Israel satire show Eretz Nehederet.
Guess who's a big fan of it, though? Has spoken out and been like, this is satire done right.
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Mr. Malcolm Gladwell.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's the you want.
Yeah, so basically, she's got a cow behind her that is like, I stand with McDonald's, and this Smurf stands with Gargamel. I don't know much Smurf lore, I'm
he was
afraid.
the villain in the Smurf.
Yeah.
I thought that was Mike Gapes, the hatless Smurf. This
probably looks a bit like a young Mike Gapes, actually, doesn't he, Gargamel? I don't know.
There's no such thing
What,
as a
sexy?
young Mike Gapes. He looked exactly the same as he did now when he was 20.
Yeah.
No one's seen any photographic proof that says anything different.
So
He's timeless.
My theory is that they did actually disseminate that. I certainly saw that Greta Thunberg clip, which was in English, on Twitter. I saw it shared around. But it doesn't seem to be on the programme's official YouTube channel, and I wonder if that's because it, like, makes them look bad, that they're just, like, bullying this nice young autistic woman. I don't know,
Maybe it got more of a backlash, so they only put the ones up that really pop the psychos internationally.
Yeah, even though they didn't really go in on me, they didn't go in on the octopus stuff at all, I don't think.
Okay,
I mean, that was started by, like, literally just one random German
it was just a maniac
guy who was
on Twitter, right?
Yeah, who then admitted, like, 2 hours later, like, I was just trying to get hits. I was just trying to get retweets, farm numbers.
It's been QAnoned into reality now, I feel like.
I don't know, maybe they do pick the contestants on University Challenge the same way that they pick the audience for Question Time, by just fucking getting their hands on a leaked EDL mailing list and recruiting as many of the people possible. Although they're probably all behind Israel. Have they done the big, the quote-unquote big, have they done the modest rally in support of Israel in London yet with Tommy Robinson and Eddie Marson?
They did it on the day that the big march was, right? And they all
No. Was it not scheduled for after that?
I'm thinking of the Cenotaph Defenders. That's different.
Yeah.
That was Tommy Robinson as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't get to meet you at the march, by the way, Lilah. It was there was a lot of people there. I didn't.
There was many people I was meant to meet and did not see. It was insane.
Jack was busy defending the Cenotaph.
Yeah. What? I'm genuinely anti-police. I was going where the anti-state action was, getting in fights with Rozzers.
Principled anti-cop.
Yeah. Once you got into the march, it was just like so hard to move from the spot you were in. I needed a piss like the whole time. Like it was.
I think everybody did. I think it was just like a day of everybody having intense kidney infections, basically.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I got one more sketch, and you guys probably remember this one.
Is this the one that is truly about the LGBT acceptance of Israel? Is that this one?
Oh, well, yes, basically.
Yeah.
Columbia anti-Semitic.
Oh, yes. They've got a big Progress Pride flag waving, I see.
From the river to the sea, they're doing hate speech. And what I want to see what that sign is. Oh yeah, so they're standing in front of kidnapped hostage
They've got
signs.
blue and pink hair.
Blue and
Lovely.
pink hair, yeah. And look, that guy is very sardonic. He's like, oh.
That's a sick as hell keffiyeh, though. I want one that's got like neon pink stuff on it.
yeah. Any other visual details? No, it's pretty probably cobbled this together quite quickly.
Hi everyone, we are live on YouTube with Columbia Anti-Semitic News, where everyone is welcome.
Oh, is that the same woman as
I
the
think
BBC
it is
News
the
video?
same woman.
Why is she like
What
there?
range?
Okay, she does the best English-speaking accents, I guess. Like,
They probably just don't have many people willing to be on it, right?
Yeah.
this is a killer joke.
Shallow bench.
LGBTQH. Can you guess what the H is going to mean?
LGBTQH.
H.
Hamas.
I totally
It's so
skip
trending
Hamas.
right now.
So trending right now. What is this, like fucking 20?
He sounds like Bruno.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not homophobic at all. Like
great satire. Did you see that story of Sacha Baron Cohen pissed off a bunch of right-wing homophobic Israelis when he was
Yes.
in Israel
Yeah.
filming Bruno?
That's a great
he-
character to try and not get the shit beaten out of him, basically.
Yeah, they tried to beat him to death and stone him and shit.
Yeah. He was like, I'm an Israeli Jew.
I'm surprised he didn't like put it in the film, but CGI a sign in the background saying like Gaza.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, with ideas like that, he'll hire you for the next one.
Yeah, who needs Kern?
Getting that Lee Kern money.
Yeah.
From the river to the
Chris
sea,
got me feeling like Lee Kern.
Palestine will be free. Do you know why it's true? Because it rhymes. Just look it up.
No, that's why it's a good chant.
Yeah.
It's not why it's true, but it's why it's catchy.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been
True.
forced to like watch like student improv that is like more engaging than this. This is miserable.
This would not get anywhere on like student radio,
No.
like at a university with a shit student radio station like mine.
Look at all this toxic Zionist
Toxic
propaganda.
Zionist propaganda. Kidnapped in Gaza. Does this look like Gaza to you?
Yeah.
Not a bad point again, because like, why the fuck are you putting up posters of like other people at Columbia anti-Semitic? Are they?
You seen this hostage?
Yeah, well, they got them. I mean, okay, I understand, like, in Wales, that's different. The Welsh Underground Network, they've got all the hostages in their tunnels, but in most places,
the
civilized
Welsh
places...
Underground Network actually exist and are great, and they're the reason we have loads of good archive stuff still in the public domain, so please don't use that as the name.
Okay. Well, look, I'm not literally colluding with the Welsh branch of Hamas to dig these tunnels. You know, it's not my call what it gets named. But anyway, we have more great comedy here.
Bro, I have no idea what Gaza looks like.
And they're smiling. Do hostages smile? Zionist liars.
Totally sus.
Do they think we're stupid?
Stupid? I major in queer post-colonial astrology.
Did you know there's things that are
They
like
really
dumb?
want you to know how much they hate gay people. Like,
Yeah,
and
it's
trans
act-
people
it's
earlier,
like-
of course, as well.
Like dumb things like
Mm.
astrology and being gay. You know, it's so stupid. Where are we?
Ew. Jews make the world dirty.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm racist fluid.
Exactly. And now for a little break
Great
from
joke.
all this activism, we want to say hello to our BFF,
Bestie freedom fighter.
Abu Fatwa in Gaza. Salam alaikum.
Alaykum as-salam, and inshallah Allah will kill you all infidels.
Thank you so much for joining us. Love the headpiece, the old oppression chic. Very drip.
To be fair, it is a drip.
How are you? Are you safe?
Oh yes, I'm safe. I'm in a tunnel under the Gaza hospital. Above me, I have Allah.
The Gaza hospital. If there was
Just
just
the
one,
one.
yeah, if there was just one hospital.
Probably
in
The
is
Gaza,
one that
one
they've
now.
left standing
Yeah.
by the time they filmed it.
yeah. If there was just one, that would have saved Israel a lot of work.
And 2 million civilians protecting me.
Community is so
The
important.
human shields. I'm still like confused about how people think that works. Like,
Yeah.
They just line them up downstairs or something. They're
Because, like, even if that was the plan, like, it's clearly such a bad plan, and Israel
will definitely have mercy on innocent Palestinians this time. we think they've learned their lesson. Okay.
These days.
Do you need like humanitarian aid, food, fuel, medicine?
It's okay, I have everything.
They're living in luxury.
I'm only hungry for rockets.
As long as it's organic.
Yeah.
There are mass food shortages in Gaza, by the way.
But I feel like they ruined their only good line, because I'm only hungry for rockets is kind of like a good shitpost. But like...
As long as it's organic.
Could be there with you.
You can come to Gaza anytime and we will throw you from the roof, you homosexual dirt.
This doesn't really work when they've done several homophobic jokes like in the video and then be like, look, these terrorists are really homophobic. That's something you've got in common with them if that's true.
Come with us, you small homo. We love you. We will look out for you.
Come in and inclusive.
So, shukran. And you are also very welcome to come here to America.
We will come. First we finish with Israel. And America is next.
Yeah, you hear that? Hamas are gonna invade America. Like they invaded Israel. You know, you heard that from Piers Morgan. Actually, Hamas are analogous to Russia, and Israel are analogous to Ukraine, because both Israel and Ukraine were invaded by a hostile foreign force. You can see the cogs whirring in his mind as he worked out that one.
Yeah. One of the top militaries in the world, Hamas.
Yeah, they are going to launch a full-scale land invasion of the United States. You heard it here. But yeah, it's just like, come to Gaza, we will throw your rooftop gate. To be honest, I reckon they got like priorities other than that at the moment.
How many rooftops are there left at this point?
Yeah. This is why it's humanitarian of Israel to destroy these roofs.
But I think the rooftop thing is not based in fact. Like, I think a lot of it comes from...
It's an ISIS thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but also it's because there was some guy who got killed, but he was only rumoured to be gay because the IDF spread that rumour.
They're all just like, haha, look at this guy. He's like the kind of man who would have blue hair.
Yeah, like that, like, it's just, yeah, like there was some Hamas guy who got like thrown off a roof for like being a traitor or something, but then the IDF were like, and he was totally a homosexual. It's like,
I just can't take anyone seriously when they use that line, because it's just one of those fucking catchphrases. Like, it's like human shields, throwing gay people off roofs. What's
Iranian
the other one?
hangmen.
Iranian hangmen.
Under the hospital.
Yeah, not all of these catchphrases related to Owen Jones, but you know, many of them in some way.
If they weren't invented to, they've all been deployed there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Great. So I guess we'll see you soon.
Yes, it would be a blast.
Can't wait. It will be so multicultural.
Ya Allah, you are so stupid.
Thank you so much, Abu. We love you.
I won't even bother killing you. It's a waste of bullets.
Good vibes only.
It's better you just kill yourself.
Okay, bye.
Die.
From the river to the...
Yeah. People in Gaza, they don't even want international sympathy and solidarity. They look with total contempt upon all the fucking idiotic rubes in the West who were like, oh man, it's bad that these people are getting killed. They're like, ha ha ha, no, we like to die, ha ha.
Yeah. Awful.
So that's the pre-prepared clips that I had.
Thank you. In a way.
A wonderful treat.
I made the mistake this morning of watching one of Lee Kern's insane rants to camera on Twitter.
Oh yeah, here we go.
He was threatening to sue someone, but like...
Who's he gonna sue?
So apparently people had mocked up a fake tweet. There was one that was going round, which I don't think is real. I think it is a mocked up tweet, but it was basically allegedly him 2 or 3 years ago saying like, haha, Palestinian babies dying is good or something.
Oh, is that not real?
I don't think so.
I genuinely thought it was. Like,
he's gone very close to that a number of times, but I don't think that particular one was real.
We need to get the RP fact check on this. Hang on, I'm running it through the machines. It says this is concrete facts.
I'm saying concrete facts. Well, he's blocked me, but I'll just switch on to my alt and see if I can search his tweets.
So he was ranting away like how he proved it wasn't a real tweet and threatening to sue everyone. But like people were coming back at him saying they could probably sue you now. The reason being he was just getting so carried away with his incel school shooter vibe, you know what he's like. That I think he'd meant to say pro-Hamas rapists, but he'd kind of said it like pro-Hamas rapists. So he'd basically accused everyone who was arguing with on Twitter of being a rapist while threatening to do everyone for libel.
There he is.
Oh, fucking no. That was genuinely a jump scare. Fuck off.
Yeah, I shat myself. I was like, I've been hacked. I've been fucking hacked.
He's listening to us right now, and he's got fucking patron law or whatever they're called on the other line.
Is Lee Kern in the room with you right now?
I actually am Lee Kern. Sorry, I've kept it quiet.
Which one's real and which one's a comedy character?
You'll never know.
The longest debate in forums history.
Yeah, no, Lee Kern was like, no, that tweet couldn't possibly have been me. I was in hospital that day after I fucking broke my ribs sucking my own dick.
What is he like actually? I mean, I know he was one of about 900 writers on Borat 2, but is he actually famous for anything?
He also wrote for Sacha Baron Cohen's Who is America TV show before that.
Yeah, but
the
before
one
that
nobody watched.
he only had a couple of...
Me and Yaya watched it. So.
Yeah. Before that he had a literal handful of writing credits on commercially unsuccessful British comedy shows.
Great.
I don't know how he found work with a big star in middle age.
I presume he had a day job until he started getting the Sacha Baron Cohen co-writing jobs. But
have you ever? I know you like a bit of indie rock and stuff, Geraint. Have you ever listened to Creative Control, the Canadian podcast?
I can't believe I'm getting rest from my musical taste from Mr. fucking Classic Rock himself.
What?
Sorry, what,
I thought you like 90s bands and shit. Like I thought you might have fucking like heard one of those guys interviewed on Creative Control. I wasn't ribbing your musical taste. What? I like indie rock.
You like 90s bands.
What? You do? Like fucking
yeah,
Welsh
I'm not denying
anyway.
the truth of it, but it's still clearly a slur.
Don't believe the truth.
What are you asking if I've listened to?
Creative. You just got so offended by me saying you liked indie rock. Like fucking, you objectively like indie rock. Like,
I know, but you shouldn't say it.
It's too centrist coded, I'm afraid, to be into indie rock.
Okay, well, whatever. Sorry for offending you, Geraint. But Creative Control is this Canadian podcast that this guy Vish Khanna presents, and it's quite a good podcast. He's talked to loads of different musicians on there, often quite big names, but generally in that kind of indie sphere. Anyway, he randomly did an episode with Lee Kern a couple of years ago, and I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Why is this like Canadian? I think it said something in the description because like
he might have pitched around to go on stuff and put like Oscar nominated writer in and all this shit, you know.
Yeah, maybe. Apparently Lee Kern is like really into 80s hardcore and shit. It said that in the bio, so it's like him talking about Black Flag and like talking about like the politics of the Minutemen or something.
Surely
Lee Jamikono, they call him.
Surely like
for the Minutemen
all the band's worth of shit in those sort of scenes would have kicked the shit out of him if they'd met him backstage at any point.
Yeah, I mean he's bald. He could be like, yeah, I'm a skinhead, but then there might be those bands would be like Nazi punks, fuck off. But I've just been like considering listening to that interview with Lee Kern for like years now, ever since it aired, just to like get a glimpse of the man behind the vicious pro-genocide bile, because I was angry at Vish Khanna for a long time for even having Lee Kern on his show, but now I'm just like, because I like stalked his likes and saw that he's pro-Palestine, I'm like, okay, I've got bigger enemies than Vish, so I'm gonna go who I've never interacted with in any form or anything. So, alright, now I'm just curious. Now I'm just like, what the fuck makes this freak
Could you
tick,
see that
you know?
tweet about Lee Kern when he was at college or university or something? It said college, but that might have meant his college at one of the Oxbridge universities, because they've got the collegiate system and they're all cunts. Apparently he was just a massive weird fantasist in a kind of bullying way.
For unknown reasons, I've decided to look at Lee Kern's Instagram, and every single post is just a screenshot of one of his own tweets. Like, he hasn't posted anything normal. Like, for months and months, it's just his own tweets in screenshot form. And then there's a few close-ups of him doing weird screaming at the camera rants, which I think he must also post on Twitter.
It's been really fun to have you on, Lilah. I'm glad we could finally do this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm sorry that... Well, it's not my fault that it took such a long time. I'm sorry that we don't have broadband communism.
Yeah, again, thank God we stopped Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
Love you, Britain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you say a lot as a fierce opponent of Scottish nationalism and supporter of Scottish Labour, isn't it, Lilah? You often say, love you, Britain.
I can't even do it as a bit. Like, I genuinely, the bile will rise up too strongly within me. I fucking hate those cunts.
Ah, man. It's still not as bad as Starmer's lot. They did back a ceasefire.
As soon as anyone even remotely touches on Scottish independence, I just keep thinking of fucking Ian Murray in that suit, the Union Jack suit.
Yeah, if you want me to do an endless amount of actionable comments, I would do a Scott Paul episode.
Yeah, well, I'm always up for
We should definitely do
diversifying
that
our
soon
coverage.
anyway, because stuff's changed a lot since the last time we did a Scott Paul episode.
When did we last do a Scott Paul episode? 2017?
Yeah, probably before
We are
COVID.
constantly ignored by these English podcasts.
I'm pretty sure we did
as
one when I'd
standard.
not been on the podcast that long. But...
Well, as you know, I'm more interested in Welsh issues. And they've got a lot of fucking issues.
Fair.
Just, I like to end the episode with Geraint really mad at me. I'll say like indie rock again now. That'll do it. Alright, cool. This has been very fun, actually. I will let them force ourselves to stop.
Yeah, shall I stop my recording?
Yeah, might as well. Have a little have a humanitarian pause.
Yeah.
It's tech, it's exciting, it's young people, it's crowdsourcing.